Today, I'm going to be using one of my favorite methods to prepare a turkey for Thanksgiving, Christmas, or any time, and that's deep frying it. Before we're even going to get a look at this turkey, I need to get the rub ready, because that's one of the keys to a good deep fried turkey is a nice seasoning on the outside. And I've found that the simpler the seasoning, the better. So we're going to start with a tablespoon of ground black pepper, tablespoon of granulated garlic, and a tablespoon of some sort of spice mixture. You can choose your favorite, a Cajun spice. This is a Penzeys Northwoods Fire Spice. I'm going to put my lid on. Shake it up. Give it a quick taste, even though I know it's going to taste great. That's really nice. Really, really good. All right, let's get the star of the show out here. So here is Mr. Turkey himself. This is a 13.3 pound turkey. This is the perfect size for the deep fryer that I have. It's an electric deep fryer, and it recommends using anywhere from like a 12 up to maybe a 16 or 18 pound turkey. I think the largest I've ever done in it was about a 17 pound. I found that these 13 or 14 pound turkeys work best because this one will take somewhere around 45 to 50 minutes, that's all. When you're doing a deep fried turkey, really the most important thing to remember is you want it as dry as possible. You don't want any ice in it. If it's a frozen turkey, you want to make sure it's been fully thawed. And then at the end, when you're just getting ready to put the seasonings on, you want to pat it down. Now there's always going to be a little bit of moisture that comes out of it when you put it in the oil, but remember, water into hot oil, you're going to get a big splatter foaming mess. So you want to have as little moisture as possible that comes into immediate contact with the oil. So we're just going to go around. We're going to pat the turkey down, get any of the excess moisture off. And again, remember, there will be some. The key is to try and get the excess amount of moisture off the outside of the turkey and the cavity. So make sure you've tipped it up in the sink to make sure it's drained out. All right, this looks good. Now what I want to do first is I want to get a little seasoning into the cavity, and that's just basically going to be some salt. So I'm just going to get a little bit of salt in the cavity here. Not a lot. Now we're going to focus on the outside and give this bird a good coating of that rub we just made. So we're just going to start sprinkling it around. One of the reasons it's so important to get this rub in good contact with the skin is because as soon as this goes into the oil, it's going to sear, it's going to crisp up right on the skin. And that's where so much of this flavor comes from in a deep fried turkey. We're going to put a little on the back, but we're not going to go wild because how many people eat the back? I'm going to get a little inside there. Just toss it in and rub around. So get inside the wings, all around the legs. Now I know some people will actually use like an olive oil rub on their turkeys, but I've never found that to be necessary. You're putting an oil rubbed bird into more oil. Sprinkle the rest right up here on the breast, which is where we want to get a lot of this flavor. All right, this turkey is ready to get into the basket that's going to hold it while it goes into the fryer. This is the frying basket that fits with the deep fryer that I have. So all we have to do is lift Mr. Turkey into it, breast side up, and he'll be ready to go in that fryer. I keep saying he, but would it be a he? Or can it be a she turkey you're cooking? I guess it can. This is basically how any turkey you put into this basket is going to look. It's going to be all squished in there and cramped in, and that's to keep the limbs from moving around, flailing around while it's being deep fried. Now let's go get the deep fryer fired up. So here is the turkey fryer I'm using. It's a Butterball branded turkey fryer, but it's made by Masterbuilt. I have a Masterbuilt smoker. I had another Masterbuilt turkey fryer before this one. I really like these electric turkey fryers. They're very convenient. I have seen some things where they say it's okay to use these indoors, but personally, I only use this outdoors. I will not use this inside the house. It just generates so much steam at times, and there's just that idea of oil. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. One nice thing, it has a breakaway electric cord, so if someone trips on that cord, it's magnetic, it just pulls right out and power goes out. So let's take a look inside before we fire it up. So it has a minimum and a maximum fill line. I fill it to the maximum fill line. That's approximately 2.75 gallons. And as I said, it says you can do like up to an 18 or 20 pound turkey in here. I just feel that those 13 or 14 pound turkeys, and I've done dozens of them in this, just work really well. You definitely can do larger, but I think 13 to 14 works really well. So it's filled up to the max line. Time to close the lid, turn it on, and let this oil heat up. It's gonna take somewhere between 30 minutes and 45 minutes for the oil to heat up, and you don't put the turkey in until the oil is hot. Now there are several different types of models of these. This is one with a temperature dial, and we're gonna set it to 375, which is the recommended temperature for this model. And that's the max temperature on here. These two lights show you that you have power. So we have an amber light showing power, and this light will turn green when it's reached its temperature. So in about 30 to 45 minutes, we'll come back out here and get our turkey frying. All right, we have a green light. The green light cycles on and off once it reaches temperature, then it turns off, and there it goes, green light back on. See, I'm not a liar. So we are now gonna get our turkey in the oil. All right, let's open it up. Looks very calm right now, but in just a minute, it's not going to. All right, it's very important that you have gloves, you're wearing shoes, all those sort of things, protective gear. You just have to be cautious. You just really wanna go slow. You're not dropping the turkey in. You wanna follow the directions that are on whatever model you have. And the key is slow. You see some of the liquid dripping down from the turkey. So we're gonna go slow. Once it's in there, close the lid. So it's gonna produce a lot of steam, it's gonna froth and make sounds. That's normal. So that is a 13.3 pound turkey. This manufacturer's model recommends 3.5 minutes per pound. Then you check for temperature when it's a whole turkey. So that's a little over 45 minutes. So that will tell us when we're gonna check for temperature. And that'll just be normal internal temperature. We're shooting for 165 in the turkey. Bring you back when it's time to pull this turkey out and check it. All right, we are at our time for this turkey, which was a little over 45 minutes. We're right around 45 minutes. Let's have a look. Oh, looking nice. So what we need to do now is lift it partially out of the oil. There's a little hanging spot right here, and check for temperature. Again, you do it slowly. First place I want to check is in the breast right here. That's showing about 160, so we're about 5 degrees off there. I just want to do a quick check in the thigh here. Thigh's looking a little more done. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes just to be sure that that breast is exactly at the temperature it needs to be. All right, so we're going to ease this back in gently. Close it up, 5 more minutes. All right, our 5 minutes are up. Get the turkey back up on the little hanger here and give it a final check. All right, we are good. We're 165. We're gonna get this out of here, get it inside, hold it over and let it drain for a second, and make sure you put it on a tray to carry it in. All right, here is our deep fried turkey. As you can tell, hopefully on camera, the color on these just comes out great. You can get a really dark color if you put a rub with a little like maple syrup or something sugary on it at times. I've done that before, and you get this super dark mahogany color, and it's not burned. It doesn't taste burned at all, but you have to use it sparingly. But this simple rub, you're getting golden brown skin, and the flavor on this is gonna be terrific. So let's cut in. So I'm gonna take a little slice of the breast meat here. It is extremely hot still. There we go. Oh, you just get such a juicy interior of the bird when you deep fry it. That hot oil hitting it just seals everything in immediately, and it just looks and smells amazing. It's time to taste. Now, I could cut into the thighs and everything, but honestly, deep fried turkey, I just love the breast meat from a deep fried turkey. A lot of times, one of the things that people will do when they're cooking turkey is they get the breast meat dried out. That just doesn't happen with the deep fried turkey. Oh wow. It's just gonna be a cliche here what I'm gonna say. It's moist, it's tender, it's flavorful, but it is, and it took 50 minutes, 45 minutes plus an additional 5 minutes. That's it, and this is what you get. Oh, I don't know if you can see that, just that perfect golden brown skin on this. And that rub we put on it crisped right onto the skin immediately. You taste it with every bite. So if you've thought about deep frying a turkey, but it's intimidated you a little bit, don't let it. If you have a simple unit like I have, it's easy, it's safe as long as you follow the directions, and you end up with a terrific turkey every time.